Data released over the European session. Let's take a look at that.
Okay, well, I picked quite a bit of data actually out of Europe today, so I've just picked out a few bits that caught my eye. First of all, here in the UK, the nationwide Building Society House Price Index, quite a popular gauge of house prices here in the UK, and this is a year-on-year survey, and basically for April 2015 we saw a 5.2% rise in house prices over the same period last year versus a forecast of a rise of 4.1%. So this is slightly contradictory to data we saw about a week ago, but
suggesting falling prices.
Yeah, but in, as far as the nationwide survey is concerned, it's still onwards and upwards, and well, perhaps that's a cause for concern for some. May stimulate a bit of inflation in the economy, which for others would be good news. And then a couple of data points, the many that were released today in Europe. The European Services Sentiment Survey. This is an ECB study, and it talks about just basically how people are feeling in the service industry, one of the the biggest components of the European economy, and a more positive read, a read of 7 from respondents to that survey versus a forecast read of 6. So better news there. And again, a similar type of story here in the Italian Business Confidence Survey, a read of 104.1 versus a forecast of 103.7. So if you take that and the money supply data and the bank lending data that came out today,
not a bad morning.
No, all in all, good news for the ECB and Europe as a whole. Elsewhere, though, on the periphery of Europe and outside of the Eurozone, Sweden's Riksbank left its interest rates unchanged at minus 0.25%, so negative interest rates in Sweden, but it said yes to more QE. So it's doing between another.
It'll be amazing to see what the books in 100 years' time. So Sweden, down 0.25%. That was a mad time for markets.
Yeah, well, they may well do. In fact, the expectation was for the bank to actually trim interest rates and put them into
even more negative.
Exactly.
Wow.
But they didn't do that. But they are going to try and stimulate the economy with up to another $6 billion worth.
That was a printing press. Okay, so let's go on